Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this isn't the hangar. No, this is the office. Welcome into the office where we have an exciting episode for you today. We are designing the paint on our RV-15 project. Stay tuned. This will be a fun one. Sitting at the computer with the trusty office cat. This is Smokey. Smokey, the world Smokey. Oh, no, she wants to fight. Look what you guys did to me. She's an aggressive office cat. She's like a watch cat. Anyway, we are going to work with Evoke Aviation and Evoke Designs here as we work on the end of this project. It's kind of weird here being at the very beginning of the project to start thinking about what's this thing going to look like when we're all done. But I want to get the process started, number one. Number two, we've got to get on the list for these paint shops are busy, so we want to get on the list to get this thing painted when we're all done. Couldn't be more excited to see what they're going to tell us. As I mentioned, we're going to work with Evoke Aircraft Design on the design for the RV-15 project. I'm really excited to work with them. We had our initial meeting, and I'm going to be working with Chris as we go through this process to try to make this RV-15 as beautiful as possible. And if you're not familiar with Evoke Aircraft Design, they're in Alabama. They have a really awesome YouTube channel, Behind the Schemes, I think it's called. You can follow along, and I've really enjoyed that. They just started here in the last several months. They're kind of a weekly episode of what they've got going on in their shop. Check that out if you get a chance. It's very cool. But Evoke Aircraft Design is their design wing, and then they paint experimental aircraft under the Evoke Aviation name. So we're going to go with them for our design. I'm also on their list for Evoke Aviation to get painted there if things work out timing wise and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited about that opportunity as well. They just do amazing work. If you've ever seen an RV that's painted in such a way that you go, holy cow, look at that thing. It's just absolutely stunning. Here's some examples. It's probably painted by Evoke, or at least designed by Evoke Aircraft Design. Just some of these examples they have on their website, absolutely beautiful. So I can't wait to see what they come up with for the RV-15. It sounds like I'm not the only RV-15 they've got on their list. They're working on some others, so that's going to be cool as well. So I thought I'd make a video, like I said off the top here, just to kind of give you what's that process like as you go. And some of you may be thinking, is this dude nuts? He's just barely started, 3 years from completion at the very earliest. He's already told us he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's designing the paint on this airplane. Yeah, I probably am a little crazy, but a couple things there. One, I think it's exciting to think about what the end product will be, and so I'm really looking forward to that process. And two, I have some time now, and I want to get it right, and I want to get on the list. And all of these high-end paint shops are years behind, I shouldn't say behind, they're years in advance in terms of booking out, just because of the demand for these things. So I wanted to start the process now. One, from just the selfish, I think it's going to be fun and kind of cool, and so I want to go through the process now. And two, it gives me some time, get on the waiting lists and all those things, and then gives me some time to make sure I get exactly what I want. So I had my initial meeting yesterday with the folks at Evoke Aircraft Design. I'm going to be working with Chris, as I mentioned. And so I just kind of want to walk you through the process of what they're doing. I love this logo, or this saying, trust us, you're too cool to fly an ugly airplane. I love that. They do beautiful work with this whole scheme design thing. And I'm going to walk you through what I went through so far, and then we're going to show you the process kind of as we go. So I think this will be maybe a mini series within our airplane build series. So I'll tell you what I did so far. So from concept to reality, we started with the concept part of this. This is what we did yesterday. I met with them and kind of gave them an idea of here's what I kind of like, here's what I don't like. They walked me through the process of what it will look like. And one of the reasons I went with them is the unlimited renderings. We're going to work on it till we get it right. We're going to work with a designer who's a professional in that area to get exactly what you want, so you're totally satisfied with the finished product. And I'm really excited about what that might look like. So the process starts very much with what do you like? And I showed you some of these completed designs here that you can go look at on their website. And then they put you through this design review questionnaire, right? Where you just, what do you like? What don't you like? What are some, what registration size do you want? Where are you going to paint it? Are you going to paint it yourself? Are we going to paint it? Go through all of those things. What are you using the airplane for? How important is the cost of the application? What colors do you like? And simply go through that part of the process to answer some of those basic questions of what do you think you like? I love this one of describe your design and what you're looking for in your own words. Just really, I think, a cool way to say, if you could just write out what this airplane might look like, what will it look like? So I provided that information as step one. And then I gave them a couple of, they have an opportunity to upload some photos or some things that you like. So you've seen this one, right? This is the airplane paint scheme that I generated right off the top of I like red. I've talked about that on this channel. I like red. I like gray. I like carbon fiber style colors and textures. And so I just threw that on an airplane. This picture's far from what I hope the final product looks like. This isn't necessarily what it's going to look like, but I like this, right? So I thought, what a great starting point. Put the end number I've got reserved on the side of it and say, what's that look like? And so that's kind of a starting point that I uploaded for them. Then from there, you go to their galleries, and they'll let you pick through. They've got a VIP gallery where you can look through what paint schemes catch your eye. Maybe not the right color, maybe not exactly what you want, but what do you like? And then they're going to take that, those examples of kind of the one I created on the RV-15 scheme, plus I picked a few of these cub or high wing style designs where I kind of like that's not my color, but I really like the scheme and how it flows. This one, I love that shadow American flag, and I probably don't want it on the side of the entire airplane, but do we put it on the tail? Those kinds of things. That just, what do you like? What don't you like? And they'll take it from there then and throw it on the RV-15 framework and give us 4 examples. And they said they'll start with the side, so the right or left side of the airplane, give us 4 samples or starting points to look at. And then from there, you're going to meet with them, and I'm going to bring that to you on the YouTube channel here. We're going to bring you that design consultation, that initial one where they're going to give us 4 views. We'll record it, and I'll upload it here so you can kind of see it and walk through the process with us of what are we going to do from a paint perspective. So that's the next step, is we've uploaded what we think we like and the colors and the design overall. We want less angular, more swoop, right, is essentially what's in my mind. A little more classic, a little less contemporary, as, again, from an initial thought perspective, what I think I want for paint. They're going to take it, run with it, and then we'll meet via Zoom and look at 4 examples on the fuselage. Then from there, they'll take it back, make any adjustments that we have. Maybe we like parts of 2 different examples that they designed, and we'll put those 2 together. Okay, we come up with a final for the fuselage, then we'll move to the wings. And again, I'll bring you that right here. We'll try to record a lot of these sessions so that we can show you what the iterations and what it all looks like here on Airspeed Acres on the YouTube channel. So very excited about what that looks like as we work with Evoke Aircraft Design. That will do it for this episode. Short episode this time. Quick update on parts. We are waiting for some additional parts. I'm going to start on the fuel tanks here at the end of the week. So the next episode, if things go according to plan, will be fuel tanks. We're going to get out the Pro Seal, see if we can't make a mess. I'm confident we can. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.